Hey, I'm Paul,
And I'm Amanda.
and together we're
Cosplay
lovers.
lovers.
Oh, gross. So tonight, let's talk a little bit about the fact that we're 5 days past when we were supposed to do our last one, and 3 days early for the next one, something like that. 2 days early, whatever. No, so we were at Rebel Scum Con, so we didn't want to record while we were at Rebel Scum, and so we were a little delayed because that was Thursday through Monday. So we figured this would be a good opportunity to talk about Rebel Scum Con.
It was amazing.
It was pretty amazing. So let's first talk about let's get the negative stuff out of the way first. I think that's probably a good idea, and then we can just focus on the positive stuff. A couple of the negative things: it was hot.
Oh yeah, I felt like I was in an easy bake oven.
Yeah, an easy bake oven. I've never been in an easy bake oven. That sounds terrible.
You don't want to be.
No, I don't think so. It was very warm. And in fact, the one time we actually went out to the
food
trucks, we were out there for like 45 minutes to an hour, and it was like 99 degrees.
I know. I wish I would have brought my umbrella. I had an umbrella in the hotel room.
You were standing in the shade. How do you think the umbrella was going to help you?
Give me more shade, double shade. I don't know if that was a thing, but for the first 20 minutes, I was not in the shade.
Well, it was pretty miserable. It actually made me feel like after we started eating, like that didn't even feel good.
I know, and those lobster, whatever we had, not rolls, sandwiches. They were so tasty. Rolls, yeah, they were so tasty. Though.
They was. The food was very tasty, but I think we were just super overheated.
Yeah.
Then that was tough. But the nice thing was most of the time we were in the hotel, we didn't go anywhere. Our hotel could have had better air conditioning. That was terrible. We had it set at 60, and it felt humid and muggy, and I don't think it ever got below 70.
I think all the air conditioning went into one of the panel rooms. Panel A.
Yeah, panel A.
I wish I could sleep there during the nighttime to have my little cocoon of a sleeping bag huddled in the corner.
You may have actually woken up as a snowman. That room was
wonderful.
Especially like you're sweating to death in your cosplay, and then you walk in there and it feels like all your cosplay just looks like freezes.
Yeah,
that was something else. So the other big thing, Friday morning, that was pretty rough.
Oh yeah, especially for you, because I wasn't standing in line like you were.
Yeah,
I went and saw things.
Now, to be fair, I appreciated at the closing panel the con organizers. They basically just right away they just like, hey, let us own this. It messed up. This was the same problem as last year. Problem with the hard line. Whatever. But it was 2.5 hours of standing in line. And I'll tell you, while I was standing there, I was getting really annoyed. I think part of it was because I was wearing my Boba Fett cosplay, and wearing that backpack weighs like 20 pounds. So standing in one spot and not moving is kind of rough.
Yeah.
And then I was watching people who didn't pre-order, and one dude just had to go rub it in. He goes, "This is why I always do cash." And so he walks because he had already.
Oh, I didn't know that happened.
He literally walked up, paid for cash with the thing in the brief moment that it was working, and then went and got his autographs, and then came by the line to tell us how awesome he was and why he would never pre-order. That was rough. Honestly, I don't think they should allow you to purchase until your pre-orders are processed. That's just me. And it has a knock-on effect, right? So I missed the opening panel. I know you were looking forward to that. We did have...
Actually, I did go to it.
I missed it, though.
But you were still alive.
Yeah, I'm sure I meant to look forward to watching it together.
It's true. That would have been better.
Yeah. So, and I understand it was the same problem as last year. Obviously, it'll be in a different place next year, so it's kind of a new point. But I would have loved to have done that on Thursday. But, venue was just giving the problem. So stuff that was out of their control was still annoying. And then it had knock-on effects because, 2.5 hours you can't make up for. Even if you subtract the hour for the panel, that's still an hour and a half I had to try to catch up on the autographs. And we did, to be fair, have more than the normal amount of autographs.
Yeah, but we got them all.
We did get them all, but I didn't get to walk the floor till Sunday. Just because.
But there's more low key. You got to think of the negative with the positive.
True. So, but I obviously went off, and we'll look forward to it being better next year. I think the only other real negative experience I had was with the prop check. I think that's one area where maybe things could have been improved. Because we're walking in, so you line up in the morning, and then you finally get your chance to go in.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're walking, and you walk down that long hallway past a whole bunch of vendors, and then you make the corner past the registration desk, and then there's a table with 2 dudes, and there's no signs that there's a prop check.
I thought they were just the greeting committee.
I have no idea what they were doing there. And so nobody stopped me on Friday. Nobody stopped me on Saturday. But on Sunday, they decided that was the time to stop me when my hands were full of like 3 posters that we were finishing up. And I was so annoyed. I thought they were trying to tell me they couldn't see my badge because when I'm wearing cosplay, I was usually wearing my badge on my hip, not on around my neck. And so like I'm like, why are you guys even hassling me? And the funny part is you and I were wearing sort of matching cosplays.
Yeah.
And we were both wearing DL-44s.
Yeah.
So wearing the same blaster. It's much bigger on you because you're a much smaller person than I am. But they let you walk by, and I'm standing right behind you, and they stopped me.
I was wondering where you went.
I know. I
was on a mission. Yeah. I was on a mission. I had to get all my pins.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm still happy.
Yeah. So that was just like, it was kind of dumb. Really should have been like on the other side before we line up before the morning, and then we could have got our prop checks out of the way. But it's kind of a tough spot. Like they almost need 2, one by the entrance by the food carts, and then one over there. So that was an annoyance, but it was not. It was like one of those things that weren't the end of the world. So
we got through it.
We did. But overall, I would say the experience was actually very positive. So I know we just have literally spent like 6 minutes here talking about it.
Let it out, honey. You feel better now? You feel better?
No.
Let's move on.
I'm tired. No, but honestly, like there no guesses, no con is ever perfect. So if that's the biggest thing, it's not a big deal. But yes, let's switch topics because on the most part, everything was really good. Let's talk about the guests that we met.
Yes.
Who do you want to talk about first?
I don't know. Are we talking about just friends or give me more context?
The guests, the signers, the people.
Oh, the signers. All of the above. You start first. I feel like I'm on the spot.
Well, yes, that's the point. Well, okay, so let's break. We did your Mandalorian piece.
Yeah.
So which turned out really cool.
It did. And it was really fun. Every time we had one person sign it, we would hold up the poster and take a picture. So that's going to be a cool memory.
Yeah, I did post those on our Instagram. So feel free to jump on our Instagram and you'll see us holding it up, plus some selfies with the people from the poster. I posted that today, so it should be on there. Anything jump out at you from those 12 people that we met? Because that was quite a lot of people.
That was a lot of people. They were just all cool and unique in their own way. That's the cool thing about it. You know, you felt like you had a moment of their time, which I appreciated, and just talking Mandalorian and Star Wars. It was just really, really cool.
It was really cool. We think about the 2 people who are basically Mando, so Brendan and Lateef. Like, that was pretty cool, just chatting with them a little bit about what it meant to be, like, the body.
Yeah.
And Brendan wrote on his thing, not a stunt guy. So I asked him if the only thing about me is the way that I walk, if that was his theme song, but he said no, it's Nancy Sinatra. These boots were made for walking. So, because when you see, like, him walking, you see Mando walking on the screen and he's got the helmet on, that's Brendan.
So cool.
Yeah, but when you see like action from like the moment the gun gets drawn and then everything's going crazy, that's Lateef. Lateef is doing all the cool stunts and all that kind of stuff.
So cool. It's so cool how they could just work together in unison. That's really cool.
That's pretty cool. David Accord.
Mm-hmm.
So Grogu.
Mm-hmm. He was so sweet.
Yeah.
I wanted to give him a hug.
He was super nice. Plus he was also, actually I think this is in reach. He also, David Accord also did the famous voice that yelled out Traitor. So I got him to sign on my helmet. So that was kind of cool. Mm-hmm. He was super nice. Well, Donald Mills that did Imbo. So he's a pretty cool gentleman. We talked a little bit about bringing, a character like Imbo to life from live animation. The same as with Dorian King, who did Cat Bane. So in the series. So they both were, where Dorian said he was nervous about what was coming. I think, Donald said that he was excited about it. Mm-hmm. So I think that was pretty cool. Matthew Willig. Dude is so tall.
Very tall.
And then there's the Ox, also known as Matt Leonard. Leonard. Hopefully, I apologize if I got that wrong. Who does the body for Zeb?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
He was really cool.
They in the panel when we saw them, they said that if the Ox was on your rope, you know you're getting pulling far. But if you saw him on a ladder, you know you were gonna fly.
Yeah, they were just reminiscing and having a great time, and it was so fun to be a part of that in the audience.
That was really cool. Then we also met Richard Citrone, who was the basically the physical body of Rada, the Hutt. So he was he was pretty fun guy to talk to, and Johnny Coyne, who played Imperial Warlord Coyne. So he was or Janu, yeah, something like that. He was super nice. And then we actually had to get your poster signed twice.
Yeah.
But he was the first person who signed it.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I have to say, of the Mandalorian people, though, Mr. Paul Hyung Sung Lee, if I said that wrong, I'm very apologize because it's not sitting here in front of me. But Mr. Carson Teva, I think that was a cool moment. So I know he's working. If you guys don't know, go check out his stuff. He's been working on his new studio. And
he's super excited about it.
Yeah, and so he's been sharing some of the stuff that's been happening. And then so I was just like, hey, yeah, we did a thing too, because we got a Star Wars loft in my office here. And so I started to show him the video. I was like, here, let me fast forward. He actually swooshed my hand away. He goes, no.
He's like, I want to see it.
He was like, I want to see it.
Gives me ideas.
Like a 3-minute long video. Like, really, and he was just like, and he was like actually cared and was watching. Yeah. And like, I don't know, that was just like a really cool sort of like, moment, especially on the first day after we'd been, kind of like sitting for a bit. But yeah, no, that was fun. And then is that everybody? I think, John Goodson. So he's the maker of the model for the Razor Crest.
Yeah.
So he talked a little bit about how they had that model and did some of that stuff. So that was pretty cool. And then Matthew Willig, Hog's Breath. So another, we talked about him a second ago. He was also just, we told him we liked him even though he was a 49er. Because, we're from Seattle. So it was like, no, he got a good laugh out of that. That was pretty fun. John Boyega, second time we met John. Brief interaction, but it was good to see him again. And we also met the mall cast that was there. So Vanessa Marshall, apparently she does still have her lungs. Just Rook apparently does not. We hung out for a little bit, and whether or not she could still live. I mean, Maul's half the man he used to be. Maybe she's got some electronic lungs.
Interesting.
And for those who don't know, when they asked how she wanted her character to die, she said she wanted her lungs ripped out by Vader, which is, if you listen to the show, you can hear the noise in the background. So maybe there's hope. Maybe there's hope. I don't know. AJ Merrick, we talked a little bit to him about what it's like to embody such a cool character, and he's got to live long enough to get killed by Ahsoka in live action. So. Maybe we'll see him again. Charlie chatted with him a little bit about that and, his part on Percy and, acting, live action versus anime. Gideon is Devin, of course. She's just the sweetest. Yeah. Even though we all know what her favorite word is. We won't repeat it on our broadcast, but that was pretty funny if you've seen the panel. Dennis Haysbert, be safe with all states. I can't do his voice, but...
He said he's not with Allstate anymore.
He's not with Allstate anymore, but this was his first ever comic.
Although he did say I'd be good because I said I worked in HR with my cosplay, the one I wore on Sunday. He says, you'd be good at the Pentagon. or I forgot what he said. He was just trying to be funny, inside joke.
But yeah, he was pretty nice, pretty cool dude. He said he was enjoying the con, so maybe he'll do another one. This was a rarity for him, so it was pretty awesome he was there. And last but not least, Scott White. So we chatted with him, even though it like Dryden Voss, he plays Dryden Voss in the animated series. We were there for just a very, very short time period. Or he has very, very short time period in the show. But we probably talked to him as much as we did everybody else together from the mall show. And dude is hilarious. And I don't think that Scott, you probably will see this, but the invitation is open. Season 2 premiere. We'll bring the ambiance. You bring yourself.
There you go.
So, but yeah, he even gifted us an extra piece. Just, I guess we were entertaining enough that after all the laughter.
Super sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, he was hilarious. Then we also met Denise Gao, Mrs. Deidre herself. So she was super nice. And it's so funny. Like in the picture, she's like giving me the elbow a little bit, maybe because I was dressed as Krennic. I don't know. And then for the acolyte, Manny, and you were dressed as
May.
May. Yeah, so that was pretty
He
cool.
thought that looked pretty cool.
And Dean Charles Chapman, so who plays Jedi Master Torben. So those were pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Those were fun. We also met 3 of the ILM people: Paul Houston, Michael Pangrizio. I apologize, I probably got that wrong. And Rose Dugan. Anything stand out to you about those interactions?
You gotta help me with my memory.
Well,
you're my memory person.
So they're the ones that we actually just got the 8x12 size. I forgot my ILM book.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was probably Rose.
Mm-hmm.
So you asked her about what was happening in this picture. And do you remember what she said?
Yeah, she was given the mission to have. Wow, I just went blank. Make someone laugh.
Oh yeah, that was in the one you got signed. Yeah, George Lucas.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's been a long day.
Yeah.
Note to self: don't record when you're tired. Yes. Well, what was the question?
Yeah. So, but then you asked about a picture, a black and white picture, and you said, "What's going on here?" And she told you it was a screening room, and then she mentioned something. I was curious if you remember what that was.
Oh wow, dang. Yep, drawing a blank at the moment.
So you probably remember this. So she points at a person. She goes, "Dead." Points to another person, dead, 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 and she's literally just like dead, dead, and just pointing all these people to dead. But that's kind of crazy because 1977, obviously that's the year we were born. But here these people are a little bit older, and like half the people in that photo are gone now.
Yeah.
That worked on this movie.
She's still standing.
So she is, but let's hope for a while.
Yeah,
but that just kind of shows you, like, you know, some of these people who worked on Star Wars, like how many more years left do they have? I mean, it was kind of a sobering thought.
Yeah.
So, because if they were in their 20s or their 30s, they're in their 70s and 80s now.
Yeah.
So that is pretty wild to think about that. And I didn't really even think about it until she literally is pointing at the photo, telling us how many people died. And no blood, just dead. I was like, wow, that was something else. But yeah, all really nice. And I think it was, so Paul Houston, I forget, there was 3 of them sitting next to each other, and the one who was sitting right next to John Goodson, I'd have to go back and look, but you were wearing your Grogu rondel, and he had no idea what the rondel was or what the mudhorn was. Like, he has not kept up with any new Star Wars stuff, so that was also kind of interesting, I thought. So. And then you didn't join me for these ones, but we also, the fanboy cast, so Sam Huntington, Christopher Marquette, and Dan Folger, and then Kyle Newman, the director. So they were pretty cool too. But I saw them sign the poster to Amanda and Paul, so I don't even know if you've seen it yet.
I haven't looked at it yet.
But it's pretty cool. And I bought some coffee from Kyle. But some great conversations with them. So those were really nice. Dan was a little bit elusive. Like, it took me 3 days of trying to chase down Dan to get his autograph. Every time I was there,
it's like a Waldo. Where's Dan?
Yeah, it really was. But yeah, the guests were just pretty awesome. I think one of the nice things about Rebel Scum is because it's a little bit smaller, there was the ability to spend a little bit more time with guests. I don't know how the guests necessarily feel about that, because sometimes, like, there wouldn't be anybody there, which was, you know, one of those things, because there just wasn't as many people. So especially on Sunday, it was a little more quiet. So yeah. I don't know. I'm curious how they felt about that. Anything else about the guests that you're thinking? The celebrity guests?
It was really cool to go to Bryce's panel.
Yeah. We'll talk about the panels a little bit more here in a second, but yeah, the panels are always awesome. Well, in that case, let's switch topics to the people and the people we met. Any sort of special interactions that you had?
Yeah, the opening panel, welcoming panel, and DJ Elliott always says, you know, look to your left, make a friend, look to your right. And so I did, and I made a friend. Shout out to Cindy. Hi, Cindy.
Hey, Cindy.
And she listened to our podcast, and she really enjoyed it when we did the gifts you gave me for the
30 days to Mandalorian.
Yeah, she was very intrigued by it. So we talked a little bit about that. So it was nice to hear from a fellow fan and now a fellow friend. Yeah. So that was really cool and special. And then I met another Mandy. I even though I don't really go, I'm Amanda and I don't go by Mandy, but I feel like going by Mandy to honor my another Mandy friend. So we kept running into each other. So
Yeah.
shout out to Mandy.
That was pretty cool. I would say too, all the amazing cosplayers.
Yeah.
Like there was some pretty just amazing stuff. Whether it was so I've seen two things that were new. So you had the running of the hoods. Obviously that's been around for a long time. You had the prison breakout, so one way out, one way out. That's been around for a while, but we saw that. But we saw two brand new things. So the first one was the rolling of the ratas.
That was so funny.
That was one of the most hilarious things I've seen. So you see just I don't know how many there were, but there had to have been like close to a dozen.
Yeah, close to it.
Inflatable ratas running through the convention as much as you can run in those things.
No, their feet were just.
Yeah. And it was just like one person would say, "I am my own man," and everybody would repeat, "I am my own man," and they're like, "I am not my father. I am not my father." And then they're literally just running through in these oh man, I mean you have to go look it up. Rolling of the Ratas, Rebel Scum Con, it is hilarious. That was definitely a highlight. And then the other one was the singing of the Gorm. I don't know exactly what they're marching of the Gorm, and that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently they did it on 2 days, and I guess one day they did it just as Deidre was coming out of her panel.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
So it was very emotional because they were singing at her.
That's so cool.
But then we caught them on the last day.
Yeah, when they were
they were coming down the stairs and they had extra lyrics and they handed them out and armbands.
Yeah.
And so we joined in the singing as they walked through.
Yeah,
and it was really beautiful and really just nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I hope those are two that continue. The 501st obviously always bring the coolest stuff. So we had some great picks there. The Droid Factory. Was there any particular cosplays that you really loved that you saw?
That I saw. They were just all really cool. I can't really narrow down one because everyone worked so hard on their cosplay, so it's just nice to admire it in person.
Yeah.
It's just really cool.
I love that we saw cosplays of all skill levels. We've seen perfect, on-screen ones, and we've seen the stuff that people clearly made by hand and put their love into. And while it never will be on-screen perfect, it's the most amazing thing, right? Mm-hmm. I think there's a variety of things. Mm-hmm. Do you want to talk about our cosplays?
Yes, I like how we have an original one now.
Yeah.
So we've been working on that piece, and we wore it on Sunday.
Do you remember your character's name?
Put me on the spot. It's still a work in progress. My brain needs to keep it in my brain. It starts with an Mira.
I guess we'll have to cover that another time.
It was really cool. I felt really special wearing it. Yeah. And of course, May from Acolyte and being Grogu. Everyone thought that was so cute, me being Grogu. So I gotta.
Everybody loved the ears.
I know. I don't know what it was about the Grogu ears, but it's something.
They're like ogre ears. They're not even the right Grogu ears, but everybody loves them.
They just go with the outfit.
Oh, that's hilarious. But yeah, the people are really cool. You meet in lines, and I like to call them single-serving line family. Mm-hmm. So, from the movies, single-serving friends, but, Star Wars single-serving line family.
Two things that I'm now, obsessed with. Thanks a lot, Rebel Scum Con. But these ribbons, or what do you call these things?
They're badges.
Badges. You, try to collect them, and I have a little tiny one going on, and it has lots of memories for me. And then, the pens.
Yeah.
I had to get all the pens.
Thanks, Star Wars,
for
Josh.
everyone. Yes, Josh, you're amazing. You're so sweet and helping my anxiety and everyone else that helped me get my pens. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, those pens are super cool.
Yes, I will treasure them.
Are they actually going to end up on the pen board?
Eventually. But now they're around my neck.
She's got to sleep with them tonight, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and I said, so, one person we didn't mention, was Paz Vizsla. He owned the coffee shop, Tate. He was pretty cool, too, so I got his helmet signed. Somebody got one there. But he was pretty nice. Very nice. And we actually kept running into him all over the hotel.
Yeah, we did. It was, speaking of running into people, just the celebrities, and it was just kind of so low-key. You say hi. My son came one day. He's from Houston. Shout out to my boy, Kim. And I was telling one of the celebrities that my boys are down, and he was just genuinely excited for me. And he says, "Come buy my booth." We didn't make it by, sorry, but just it just felt just so fun, like a big warm family. Even the hardworking staff at the hotel saying hi to you and seeing if you need anything and asking how you doing. I tried to make sure as much as I could, like to acknowledge some of them that were sitting alone and just telling them hi, giving them some of our swag and stuff. So it's the little things that make a big difference.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Speaking of Cameron, it's a great segue. So let's talk about the panels and the special moment you got to share with Cameron.
I know. Oh, I will treasure it. My son has never been to any Star Wars event with us because it's just me and Paul's thing, not our kids. But my boy came and went to the Bryce panel with me, and it was so sweet just having my son there and listening to the panel. It will be something I will always treasure.
Yeah, pretty cool moment. So, what panels did you get to?
I think I only got to 3. The opening, Bryce, and the closing.
And we did the Mandalorian stunt panel.
Oh yeah, the stunt panel was really cool. Yeah. It was really cool just to really understand what stunt people go through.
Yeah.
Like, really go through. Like, whoa, that was an eye-opener. So good job.
Lateef talking about like getting dropped and it's just squished.
Yeah.
You know, from underneath that.
Yeah, and the water coming in the helmet. I'm just like, man, more power to you, because I couldn't.
Paul Darnell actually joined them for that panel too.
Yeah.
He does a lot of the stunt work. And so Matt Leonard does the body of Zeb. And so he goes, oh, people kept asking me, he's like, oh, that's so cool. Like, you jump off the walls. How do you do that? Because he's a big guy, like really tall and just like, you know, really built. And he's like, no, that's Paul. So like when they come over, that's Paul jumping off the walls and doing those stunts.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they're just putting the stuff on top of it. So yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
The closing panel, I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I appreciated that the organizers started with like, hey, here's the negative. Let's get this out of the way. Let's talk about it. Let's own it. And then we start talking about the future. Like, what's the future of Rebel Scum Con going to be? Where's it going? They just elicited feedback and were very good at taking it. And, you know, where there were good suggestions and things like that, you know, seemed like they were open to listen to it. Yeah,
that was really cool. Overall, I would definitely go again.
There were so many other panels I wanted to attend.
I know. I know.
It's a balance. We try to do too much at cons.
But can you really do too much? You just got to balance it just perfectly so you get it all.
So in all of our years of going to cons, we've never done that.
There's hope. You have to keep the hope alive.
It's hard because we're going to a convention of just Star Wars people. Like you go to a different convention and like there may be 4 or 5 Star Wars guests, and so it's easy to like just, but this like every guest was a Star Wars.
I know. It was so cool.
So then it's like who do I not meet? You know, like you know, there was some that we just couldn't do out of the like 30 that we did. I don't know. It's crazy time. After hours events. So Bunta Eve.
That was fun. I almost got up there singing.
You did try.
I tried, but at least me and Cindy, or why did I say Cindy?
Yeah, with Cindy.
Yeah, Cindy. We at least got to dance.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
And then
with your cousin.
Yes. So for those who don't know, it's sort of like a family reunion because I've got about 100 cousins and second cousins just on my mom's side, or I guess it'd be cousin twice removed, but whatever, my cousin's kids. And so there's about 100 of us all together because in Kansas, apparently there's nothing to do but have kids, which is why I don't live in Kansas. That's the reason. But anyway, so just my cousin and I are the only 2 that actually like seem to like Star Wars out of that. So I don't know why it's only 2%, but that seems to be a very, very small number.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So we see them normally at Celebration every year, and then this was like a bonus time of getting to see them at Rebel Scum Con. So we hung out with dinner, and then then what? Do you remember? Do you want to talk about what we did after that? After dinner?
We slept.
No.
We played the game.
Yes.
Yes.
Sabacc. Yeah.
Really
from Hyperspace Props were running it.
Yeah. Ooh, and I won.
You did. You won the house hand coin.
Shocking.
But that was which I don't remember which version that was. We tried to get lowest matching pair.
Yeah. Was that the second one?
No, the second one was trying to get closest to 0.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we bought one of them.
We did, yeah, which was the second one.
This
Yeah. That was a lot of fun. And then we went out to the karaoke and had some fun. And yeah, that was pretty awesome. Anything else, like panels, people, events? If not, let's talk about swag.
Swag. We should have had a picture of our swag. Hopefully everyone got one. If not, there's next year.
Yes, when we our swag from the future.
Because it says 2027.
Man, I still can't get over that one. But yeah, it's our 2027 swag that we gave out this year because apparently I can't pay attention to dates, small proofs. I made it through so many proofs.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of cool pieces.
Yeah.
A lot of fun stuff.
And showing my son about the insanity of the swag trade. He got a few swags too. I was telling everyone when we went to the tables, like, this is my son, his first time coming to, the swag meet and greet, and everyone was so nice to him. And they had him pick out a few for, to get him pumped for maybe coming back. So
swag after dark.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That was a cool event. We didn't go to Dave & Buster's though because I left my credit card at the place from the night before, so I had to go back and get it, and then we just grabbed dinner at a local place. But I heard Dave & Buster's was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts about Rebel Scum Con?
It was just really, really cool. And I'm glad I got to meet new people and see ones I haven't seen in a while. And it was just like kind of a big family reunion.
Yeah, it kind of is. Like the Star Wars community can be a little small sometimes. I like that they invited a bunch of the content creators.
Yeah, the content creators.
We didn't get to see
cool.
Dolores either.
Yeah, we forgot. Well, we didn't forget. We just our timing kept being off.
Yeah. Either her line was really long, or when we'd go by and that she wasn't there, because HR gets breaks too. She did. So I left a message on like one of the posts, like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry, I missed you." And she goes, "Well, missing your HR appointment means that you get two citations next time."
That's awesome.
So Dolores, we'll hold that to you. That was very fun. And then you got some great advice from Codename Fulcrum Nick.
Yeah.
From Carly King. From Ray Side, who gave us just sort of tips on. I asked him a question of what to do and what not to do. Like, what's the one thing? And interestingly, most of them just said be yourself. Don't chase the trend. Do be regular, but don't feel like you have to post every day.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really kind of genuine advice from all of them. So they were all pretty cool. And we met Max Rebo very briefly. She's like the hardest working kid in the industry. So, she was off to the next thing that she was trying to get to. But it was certainly a pleasure to meet her.
Keep up the good.
Yes. And her parents, they're pretty cool. You can tell they're very proud of all what she's putting into it. I do hope we get to go next year.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it'll work out because they're moving to probably mid-July is what they said.
Leave on a positivity note here.
But I'm hoping that we can if it works out schedule-wise. So should be fun.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts?
I hope everyone is doing well.
I hope you all are doing well too.
Surviving, being on vacation.
Yeah, I hope you all made it home safely if you were there.
And out of the heat, out of the Texas heat. And if you live in Texas, stay well hydrated.
Yes. Yeah, that's good advice. All right. Well, again, I'm Paul. This is Amanda. We're Cosplay Lovebirds, and may the force be with you.